Welcome to the Shiny-Headed Historian, where we explore important events and ideas in history. Today we'll be talking about imperialism versus anti-imperialism in the United States. We'll look at how the United States increased its military strength and the impact of imperialism on countries like Cuba, the Philippines, and Puerto Rico. So, take a seat, grab some popcorn, chillax, and let's get started. During the late 19th and early 20th centuries, the United States was primarily focused on expanding its economic and military power, showing how big their army is and gaining more raw materials and markets to sell them in. One way the United States increased its military strength was through the Spanish-American War of 1898. This was fought between the U.S. and Spain, and it resulted in the United States gaining control of several territories including Cuba, Guam, and Puerto Rico. After the Spanish-American War, the U.S. continued to expand its influence through imperialism. Imperialism is a policy in which a powerful country seeks to control other countries and their resources for its own benefit. The United States gained control of the Philippines, Guam, and Puerto Rico and established military bases with these territories. This allowed the United States to project its military power in the Pacific and Caribbean regions. There were many who believed the United States should not be involved in the affairs of other countries. These people were known as anti-imperialists. They argued that imperialism was unjust or not right, and the United States should not be controlling other countries without their consent. The impact of U.S. imperialism on countries like Cuba, the Philippines, and Puerto Rico was significant. In Cuba, the United States imposed a trade embargo and controlled the country's economy. In the Philippines, the United States suppressed a rebellion against its rule. In Puerto Rico, the United States established a military presence, and the island became a U.S. territory. That's all for today's episode of the Shiny-Headed Historian. We hope you learned something new about imperialism and anti-imperialism in the United States and the impact it had on countries like Cuba, the Philippines, and Puerto Rico. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.